The next major thing that we'll need to do for this game is to get this knight character in here. So right now we just have a capsule that's sliding around. So we'll want to get a 3D model for our character, humanoid model, and rig it, animate it, and import it here so that you can have like an attack animation, a walking animation with that character. So we're gonna model that character in Blender. We don't have a whole lot of time today, but we can get started with it. And if you're modeling a humanoid, it's really important to get the proportions of the base mesh proper, or it just looks really goofy. Like if you just, if you're not a trained artist, trained with the proportions and biology and all that stuff, it's very hard to get the proportions right and have it look like an actual human. So it's a good idea to start with a already properly proportioned base mesh for your character, and then just model from there. So that's what we're gonna do. I've put on the course site for you guys a zip file that's got a couple of just kind of blank canvas character meshes that you can download and start with, and I'll be doing that for my knight character here. So we're going to open up Blender and start the process of modeling our knight character. So I'm not going to use any of the stuff that's in the default scene here, so I'm going to select everything with A and hit delete to delete it. And then if you download and extract that FBX file that has the character mesh in it, you can import it into our Blender scene here. So I'm going to do File, Import, FBX, and then I will go to the folder where the file is, somewhere around here. There we go. Alright, so here's our guy that I'm going to use to make a knight. So this is just pretty low poly mesh, but it's much easier to model with fewer polygons, and you can always increase the polygons with another subdivision later, but this is plenty for what we're doing. Okay, so the first thing we can do if we want to kind of customize this just generic plain old human, average human, we can go into sculpt mode is one option, and you can use the sculpting tools to generally reshape. You can probably, for most of this, you're going to want to keep it symmetrical, so you can turn on the symmetry sculpting option right here, the little butterfly symbol up here, symmetrical in the X direction, so that way any changes that you make, like if I go to inflate here, on one side will be exactly mirrored on the other side. So if you wanted to make it more muscular or something, you can use the inflate and add some muscles. Probably don't want to go too crazy, but you can customize the shape of your character. Don't want to skip leg day, so let's see here. Get some leg muscles on there. Alright, so, because knights, they're strong, so they should have some more muscles. That's good enough. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But you can characterize stuff. You can, add geometry to the mesh if you want to. If it's like character has wings or something, you could sculpt some wings to go on there, or create the mesh as a separate mesh and join them together. That's fine too. So sculpting is one option, and then for the knight character, we want to make some armor. So since if it's something like armor that's gonna fit the topology of the base character, then one strategy you can use for that is to select the faces on the character where the armor is going to be, and then duplicate those faces and extrude them out into a solid, and then that can become the armor or the clothing if you wanted to make a jacket or something. And let's see, I think instead of them wearing shorts, I want to make it pants. So I'm going to select all these faces down here, and oops, all of those faces. And let's go to the material real quick, and let's just assign the shorts. So we could rename that to pants, because they're not shorts anymore, now they're pants. Okay, but that's what they're wearing underneath. Now I'm going to make some armor, and I'm going to start with some boots. So I'm going to show this strategy. I'm in edit mode, and I want to select all the faces where the boots are going to be. So if I do Shift Z to go into X-ray mode, then you can select all the faces on both sides all the way around very easily. And so that's about where I want these big armory boots to be. So now I'm going to, with those selected, Shift D to duplicate it. So now I've got something I can use to make the boots. If I right click, it'll snap it into the same position. And now I want to just scale it up, make it larger so that it fits around the outside of the leg. And I can do that with Alt S. That will scale along normals, and just slide the mouse up a little bit. And oh, for some reason, I'm on, I still have the symmetry turned on. See, his other leg is not supposed to be changing right now. So I'm going to escape from that and turn off symmetry. All right, let's try that again. Alt S. There we go. So now I have, the boot that's slightly larger than the leg. The leg fits inside the boot. But one issue is that the boot that I made is like two-dimensional instead of three-dimensional. It has no thickness to it. It's just a single face. So, which you could leave it like that, I guess. But I'm gonna make this a solid 3D surface. So we could do that a couple ways. We could extrude the faces, or we could use a solidify modifier. So that's what I'm gonna do. Go to the modifiers list, add a modifier. Actually, hang on. Before I do that, I want to make sure that I only do it to this part of it. So let's separate that selection here into a separate object so that it's not part of the main character. So I'm going to go to Mesh, Separate, Selection, and now the part that was selected is a separate object. If I tab out of edit mode and into object mode, now I can select just the boot. I can rename it as boot, and I can add now a modifier to solidify modifier right here to the boot, and it's still pretty skinny, so we can up the thickness on it so you can see the thickness there, and that's good. I'll go ahead and apply that modifier. So now we have some actual geometry. Now it's set right now. This is all set to shade smooth. So if that's the style you want, you can leave it like that. You can also select an object in object mode and change to shade flat, and you get more of the low poly, like PlayStation 2 kind of look. And that's fine too. It's whatever you like. I'll leave it on shade smooth. And now this boot, let's try to make it more like a boot and not just a copy of their leg. So let's create a new material for it. We go to materials. I'm going to remove the pants, shirt, and skin materials from that object with a little minus over here on the materials menu. I'm going to create a new material. I'm going to call it armor. Okay. And then for the base color, make it like a steel bluish kind of. Let's change up here so we can actually see our material. And since this is supposed to be metal armor, I'm going to go ahead and turn the metallic up to 1 and turn the specular up some too. We get some shiny metal. Good. And it will look a little different when we import it into Unity because you'll use a different shader, but it will also, we can turn on the metallic and specular settings to the material once it's in Unity. And then maybe we can also add a reflection probe to it to make it really reflective and shiny. All right, but let me modify the geometry a little bit just to make it look more like a boot. So maybe I'll grab these edges back here, maybe that one edge, and I want to make the backside go down. And I'm going to turn on this proportional editing option. So with that, when you move or scale or deform something, it will also affect all of the geometry around it, and within a certain radius. So right now, with that turned on, if I grab this in the Z direction, slide it up and down, it's sliding everything around it up and down. I can scroll with the mouse wheel to bring in the radius of influence, so that it doesn't do the whole thing, but it does the ones nearby, and then you can do more of a smooth deformation of it.
So how'd you do that?
So that's this button at the top right here. Looks like a little target with a normal curve after it. You just turn that option on or off. Don't forget to turn it off when you're done, because it kind of can be annoying if it's on when you're not expecting it. And I want to make sure that these aren't overlapping, so let me also maybe just select all of this and scale it in the Y direction. Pull it out a little bit. Scale it in the X direction. Okay, this is okay if it's overlapping a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Let me maybe grab these edges. Hit G twice. You can slide them along their face. Don't want to go too far. Yeah, not too bad. And then maybe I want to pull out these front faces. So I'm going to select these three faces in the front. I'm going to extrude them with E and then hit S and then pull them out. Maybe Shift Z to not have them go up, just to give it, I don't know, more of a substantial look to it. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's you can probably spend more time making it look cooler and everything. Look at some reference art. You should always have reference art when you're modeling like this. So pull up a picture of a knight, some knight's armor. Let me make the bottom of the boot flat. If I select all of these faces on the bottom, and then scale them in the Z direction and scale them down till they're flat, or I can just type in 0 and hit enter. I can also grab them and slide them down in the Z direction. There we go. Okay. All right, that's a boot. Good enough. Now, of course, that's one boot, but we need the boot for the other leg too, and we don't want to have to try to like redo everything we just did. So we'll just duplicate this boot in object mode with it selected. Shift D. I have two boots, and then I just need to reflect it over the x-axis. I'm going to change it from individual origins to 3D cursor, which is at the world origin. Object, mirror, global X. There we go. Change this back to individual origins. And now we got two boots. Okay. Let's make a belt next. So let me see. Do I have reference art here? All right, let's do a belt real quick, and that might be all we have time for today. So I'm just gonna select some faces on the character mesh, going around here. Yeah, it should be good. We'll duplicate those and scale them out from the center along normals, Alt S. And this time I'm just going to extrude them out. But first let me flatten these out over here. select those 3. All right, E, and then S, and Shift Z. Okay, nice big, thick belt. Okay, let's maybe make a nice big decorative belt buckle on the front. Let's drag these ones out. Grab Y, and then extrude these top ones up. Scale them in a little bit. Okay. Cool. All right, let's select the belt, and we'll actually one more extrude. Let's actually pull this. Oops. Pull this out a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, why not? L to select the belt, and we'll do mesh, separate, selection. And now we can go to object mode, select the belt, we can name it belt, and we can go to the material and remove these materials and select the armor material instead. Okay, so we'll go from there. We'll do some leg armor. What do you call those? I don't know, whatever they're called.
Greaves.
Not greaves. I thought greaves were like on your shins. Or are they greaves maybe? I don't know. Whatever they are, we'll do those. We'll do the chest plate and some armor and a helmet next time.